Hey, what's up everyone? Just wanted to go over this golden shot tutorial here for you all. This is going to be for the hard hole. There's also a medium hole. If you were to, on my channel, look it up, you could find past guides from the medium hole. I'll probably just skip it. Maybe I'll take one shot. They have kind of retweaked the green just a little bit. But the way that I play it is still very traditionally the exact same way, and just try to focus on distance control using the ball guide. So let me just try to jump in here real quick and we'll go over this. Typically what you'll want to do is maybe about 1.9 per ring on this hole. And other than that, we will be using the golden wood, which is the only club that you should even really be considering. It's relatively straightforward. You'll just need to tweak the spin and the ball guide for wind effect. So I can already see that I have a left to right wind here because I was looking the pin. So what I typically do is I try to keep my spin in between 1.5 and 2.5 bars of top spin on the wood at the 1.9 per ring. And other than that, we're just going to be offsetting the ball guide per the wind to try to play the effect and try to guess how much you're going to need to kind of point it off to the side based on, the strength and direction that it's pointed. Aside from that, you'll just want to be very consistent with your second bounce. So that's how I'll be using to set my shot up, is I'll try to be putting my second bounce onto the hill at a certain spot. So in this case, I'm going to go maybe just a little bit more than 2. But you'll also see that I'm basically offsetting this guide to the left. And at 1.9 per ring, I would essentially go right around 3 rings here. So I'm just going to go ahead and 3 rings. As I mentioned, so perfect ball, it's not going to be essential, but it's going to be very helpful. It's going to help you to get that and keep it online, but you'll see that you will be able to, from time to time, be able to still bring it in. As you can see, I got it still on the circle there, but you will want to have pretty good timing here. So let me go in, we'll do a couple. This is a very good opportunity for you to get a hole-in-one. Perfect ball, it's going to be the best way for you to get the line down. So it will be nice if you can keep that perfect ball. And you can see with what I'm doing with my ball guide. And as I mentioned, this isn't the most tailwind I can get. And we're just trying to focus on that second bounce. We want to land it around a certain height. And that's what you'll want to be focused on here. Now in this situation, I'm going to go just a little bit more. 3 rings here. Wind effect. And yet again, another great ball. So my timing is a bit off, and that one's going to end up costing me. So you'll see that it actually hit the hill and kind of shot past. Let's see if I can't get a couple perfect balls. This is a good opportunity for you to get a hole-in-one. It's really just going to come down to perfect ball timing and shot execution and how well you play wind effect. So as I mentioned, I'm going to try to go about 2.5 on the top spin in situations like this. Just a little bit more than 3 rings here. Pull straight up. Perfect ball. Should be a much better attempt here. So as you can see, almost getting it to slide in. You should be able to get the ace. You should be able to get the innermost ring as well. I'll take a couple more cracks. If I hit those perfect balls, it's going to give me a good opportunity. It looks like I unlocked Thor's Hammer with this account finally, even though I don't play anymore. This account. Just sitting down in beginner division. Again, we're going to try to go maybe 2 bars here. Other than that, we'll just try to offset this guide. Try to get this going with the wind effect back towards the hole. In this situation, I'm just going to pull 3-ish rings right here. It's a little bit light. Now they're perfect. So let's see if I have this wind effect. A little better. And it's coming in just a little bit hot too. So it will be about, setting that ball guide positioning for the second hop at a very consistent place. When you do it consistently, you'll see, a lot of times you'll get good results. And you just really got to focus on that second hop. So that's what I pretty much use for my shot setup here. And let's try again. Got a little bit more of a tailwind. So we're at around maybe 1.5 bars, 2 bars. And the ball guide offset that you can see that I'm trying to get going here. It's a little bit more than 3 rings here. Perfect ball. Be nice if I could come in and get this. As you can see, we're kind of going for it, bringing it in. And you can see with those perfect balls, you're going to have a very good opportunity if you can master that wind effect. How many more shots? I have 2 shots. I'm just going to go ahead and skip this and jump over to the other hole. I'm not too worried about those inner rings. I don't even play with this account. Just wanted to at least give you guys the guidance and just let you know, the distance control and setting up that second bounce is going to be the most important thing for you there. So let me just jump in here. I like to play this with about 2 bars of backspin and some side spin, playing this slope. So they did kind of tweak the way that this rolls out. And what it'll traditionally go is maybe, an extra. And you can use that innermost ring to kind of help you with this setup here. So you'll see that I'm essentially just trying to, right now I have it just short. And 1.6 per ring maybe. So about 2 rings. Right about here. Perfect ball. We're just essentially going to just use the slope and let it feed down to the hole. So you can see that did come in just a little bit too hot. It was probably about 1 grid, maybe 1.5 grids too much. And you'll just try to focus on that ball speed. So with only my 2 hops, it was a little bit, from memory that I was going with that first one. But you'll see that, especially with some practice and setting your ball guide up and just trying to utilize this left slope here. We are going to just bring this one in just a little bit slower. Keep in mind the wind's in the face a little bit, so we'll try to check up just a little bit more. I'm going to go another 2-ish rings here. And we're just going to essentially just use this side slope, but not too much. Like, I don't like to use too much because when it comes in more direct route, it usually, has a really good chance to get. And you can see that I almost had the distance control down there. It's just a little bit too hot, and it just didn't quite use enough of that slope. But that's what you'll try to do, is you'll just kind of feed it in from the right-hand side. And there's kind of a perfect spot that you can get it, that you can almost even great ball it to the right, and it won't change the line too much. So you really want to try to find that nice little groove there, and it should come in very good speed there and give you a good chance to be able to get that one as well. So good luck with those holes, guys. And as you can see, I did unlock that Thor's hammer here. Is that the only thing? Yeah. So, it is going to be a good opportunity for you to unlock all 5 chests, especially on the hard hole. It is one of the easier hard holes if you can get that perfect ball. And occasionally, especially with a great ball to the right, if it comes in a little bit too right, sometimes it has the tendency to kind of bounce back left anyway. The same isn't necessarily true when you miss on the other side, because when you do great ball to the left and it gets too high up on that slope, what you'll see is it may, not hit into that face right, and it'll just kind of roll through the pin a lot more on the left-hand side. So, but it is a good opportunity with some good strategic wind effect for you guys to be able to, get that hole in one, get that innermost ring. It just comes down to just those fractions of yards with no ball guide for you to just be able to do that distance control. You'll have to just play around, use your second ball as your guide, and you should be, a good opportunity there. So good luck with your golden shots, and I will see you guys later. Oh.